And how about this? And this is the most disgusting one. Beyonce is going to use a surrogate so she can maintain her body. I don't believe that one. Well, here's one that's even more disgusting than that. They're adopting, but they're going to play it off like it's allegedly, you know, like they gave birth. I don't know, but I can. Okay, now you remember I was the first one to say this, and you remember because wait, I haven't said it yet. Watch. It's gonna be an at-home water birth in the master bathroom. There are gonna be 3 people there. Beyonce, Jay-Z, and her mother.
Oh, we all know Jaguar Wright has had the Carter family on blast for ages now. And surprise, surprise, Jay-Z still hasn't slapped her with a lawsuit. She's been running her mouth non-stop, claiming that family's been running Hollywood like a secret society. She's out here saying Jay-Z sacrificed Biggie just to climb up the ladder, and that Beyonce has been out here stealing songs and souls like she's got a buy one get one free deal. But wait, it gets juicier. Word on the street is that now she's coming for Blue Ivy's surrogate mother. Yup, you heard that right, allegedly. Let's be real, Beyonce didn't carry that baby herself. We all know Blue Ivy came courtesy of a surrogate. And get this, when she gave birth, they shut down that entire hospital like it was a top-secret mission. Parents who just had their own babies couldn't even see them for 24 hours because of the security that had the whole place on lockdown. It's been alleged that Beyonce and Jay-Z, the Carters, dropped a cool $1.3 million to make sure their baby arrived under the tightest possible cover of secrecy and privacy. But here's the million-dollar question. Do we even know who the surrogate was? Alive? Well, that's the million-dollar mystery, isn't it? They allegedly had some cameras turned off to make sure no photos slipped out. The rumors about Beyonce started swirling all the way back in 2011 when she was pregnant with Blue Ivy. She made an appearance on an Australian talk show called The Sunday Night with Molly Meldrum, where she talked about, you guessed it, motherhood and a few other things. But the real tea? People couldn't help but notice that when Beyonce bent over to sit down, her so-called 5-month baby bump just kinda flattened, squished, and smushed. Maybe it was the fabric of her gown? Or maybe it was something else entirely. Maybe it was a trick of the light. We don't really know. However, mothers from all over the world seem to agree with Wendy Williams when she said it was nearly impossible for a pregnant woman with a visible baby bump to bend over like that while sitting down.
When I would get out of the bed and sit up at a kitchen table, I wouldn't be able to sit like that. Like I was so concerned about my back and the baby, even at 5 months, you know, I sat like this. Right.
When this happened, about 14 years ago now, conspiracy theories were flying left and right. One of the wildest claims was that Beyonce was using the pregnancy as a prop to keep Jay-Z's other baby mama, who was allegedly pregnant at the same time, away. Another theory was that the baby was just the perfect way to boost Beyonce's career and keep the tabloids buzzing. It was conspiracy after conspiracy, and Beyonce eventually came out to say how ridiculous it all was. But of course, that didn't stop the tabloids from running wild.
There are actually a lot of people that believe this rumor, and it's crazy. I guess there are some crazy celebrities in the world, so we get a bad rep. But to think that I would be that vain, and I respect mothers and women so much, and to be able to experience bringing a child into this world. If you're lucky and fortunate enough to experience that, I would never ever take that for granted. I mean, it's the most powerful thing you can ever do in life.
Things eventually calmed down when people started to notice the striking resemblance between Blue Ivy and a younger version of Beyonce as she grew up. But now, word on the street is that Jaguar Wright has decided to reignite the flames of the rumor. This time, she's naming names. Jaguar Wright is back at it, naming names and making it clear that the baby bump from 14 years ago was a fake. According to Jaguar Wright, Beyonce used a surrogate by the name of Kathy White. Allegedly, on the day of Blue Ivy's delivery, The Carters paid the hospital a hefty sum of $1.3 million and requested that they shut the whole place down so no pictures would be taken. That way, there would be no evidence that she used a surrogate. Beyoncé couldn't get pregnant. Now, what I do know is this. Beyoncé got on that stage with that fake baby bump, which just so happened to line up perfectly with where Kathy White would have been in her second trimester. The timeline of when she delivered Blue Ivy lines up almost perfectly with when Kathy White would have given birth. The hospital in question, Lenox Hill Hospital, denied these claims, making a public statement that neither Beyoncé, Jay-Z, nor anyone affiliated with the Carters paid them a dime to shut down the hospital, or even any part of it. However, a majority of the patients that day complained about experiencing unusually strict security. It was reported that both patients, visitors, and even staff members were prevented from accessing certain parts of the hospital. Now, the question on everybody's mind is, who exactly is this Kathy White? Well, Kathy used to work as an Kathy White was an industry publicist and a health and fitness expert based in LA. She even dabbled in a little acting on the side. She was reportedly close to several celebrities. How Kathy ended up in Jay-Z's circle remains unclear, but word on the street is they had a mutual friend named Claudia Jordan. And to make things even spicier, a photo was leaked showing Jay-Z, Diddy, and Kathy partying together in Las Vegas. According to former Star journalist Liz Crokin, who leaked this story, she initially asked Kathy about her association with Jay-Z, but Kathy denied it, claiming that she claimed to have no ties to him, at least not until that photo got leaked. After that, Kathy reached out to Liz and said she was ready to go public with her story. Liz reported in December of last year, writing in a post, "In 2011, I was the reporter Jay-Z's alleged mistress, Kathy White, was going to do an interview with and share her story. A few days later, she was found dead. I've said for years that I believe she was murdered, and Jay-Z was involved."
Under the impression that she was very strongly considering talking to me and telling me her story about her affair with Jay-Z. So a few days go by and I'm following up with her, I'm calling her, and I can't get a hold of her. And I believe that this went on for a few days. And it was just really weird because she always answered her work phone. I thought it was really strange that she wasn't answering her phone. She was MIA. I didn't know what the deal was. So I ended up reaching out to one of her colleagues. And when I finally got hold of one of her colleagues, they told me that she's dead. And I said, "What?" And she said, "Yes, she's dead." And I said, "Well, what do you mean she's dead? What happened to her? This is just a beautiful, young, seemingly healthy 28-year-old woman. I was told that she didn't have any health issues, and it was very shocking to hear." And her colleague did not know what happened to her or how she died or why she died, but all she knew is that she was dead. So obviously when I heard this, it was very troublesome and disturbing to find out that this woman who possibly was going to give me an exclusive story on her affair with one of the most powerful rappers in the world, that's very disturbing, and it certainly is very convenient for Jay-Z, isn't it, that she...
Kathy allegedly died in her apartment from a brain aneurysm at the age of 28. Many people close to her testified that she was as healthy as a horse and didn't indulge in vices like smoking or drinking. So, it struck everyone as pretty strange that she just died like that, especially right in the middle of wanting to reveal something reportedly groundbreaking. People have speculated that Kathy was carrying Jay-Z's baby, the same baby we now know as Blue Ivy Carter. Jaguar Wright has been fanning the flames of this rumor, but so far, no conclusions have been reached. Diddy, who used to be in close cahoots with Jay-Z, has also been accused of getting rid of his ex-girlfriend Kim Porter, who died under suspicious circumstances, right when she was about to reveal some hidden truths. Kim's ex and baby daddy, Al B. Sure, has suggested that she was also unalive due to how mysteriously she passed away from pneumonia.
Hinting, saying,
posting, I get calls, take it down or else, so on and so forth.
But this is about Diddy, so let's be clear for everybody that doesn't know.
Diddy, who's about to, his trial's about to start. Yeah, yes. They're selecting a jury.
But you were on this train years ago.
Yes, many, many years ago. I posted some information that was, basically trying to save my life. And thank goodness to my ex, the wonderful Kim Porter, the late Kim Porter, who, kind of warned me all along the way to, just kind of watch your back, so on and so forth. And I didn't understand why.
Because of Diddy.
Basically.
Do you believe that she died of pneumonia?
Absolutely not.
Furthermore, Jaguar Wright has claimed that Jay-Z is even worse than Diddy.
All Carter is just as bad as the diddler. And I know that for a fact. I got the scars to prove it. I want to know what a box cutter feels like going into your skin and ripping you? I can tell you how it feels. Y'all ain't seen shit. That Cassie, that's nothing. I'm saying Sean Carter remembers everything he did to me, and he's got it on tape. Just like Diddy. It's gonna be the women that get him in the end.
And to add fuel to the fire, the lyrics to Beyoncé's song Daughter and Heaven, which mention a body laid out on the floor, bloodstains, and her costume couture, along with how heaven couldn't wait for a certain person, have led fans to believe that Beyoncé did lose her first child. Some even speculate that Kathy was either used as a replacement or acted as a surrogate all along, allegedly. Now, let's dive into the lyrics of Daughter. Okay, here's verse 1. Your body laid out on these filthy floors. Your body laid out on these filthy floors. Your stains on my custom couture. Your stains on my custom couture. Bathroom attendant, let me right in. She was a big fan. Bathroom. These days, it feels like people are exposing celebrities left and right. And right now, breaking news just hit the tabloids. Kanye West's clone has been discovered. There's been speculation for years that something's off with that man, that he's not the same as the old Kanye. And now, it looks like they've found the old Kanye. I miss the old Kanye. Like this video and subscribe so you'll be the first to know when that report drops. In the meantime, here's what a couple of people have to say about this whole mess. One person said, I think she looks more like Kathy White than Beyoncé. I can believe this story, especially since they had the whole hospital shut down for them. Another person added, I knew there was a surrogate, but I didn't think it was Kathy White. It makes sense why Beyoncé had their entire hospital floor to herself. And finally, this person concluded, wouldn't be the first female's life Jay-Z took. Let's not forget Aaliyah. But we want to know what y'all really think about this. Do you believe the hype that Beyoncé had some complications and ended up using a surrogate for Blue Ivy's pregnancy? Or, even messier, that she didn't want to ruin her perfect figure, so she allegedly hired Kathy as a surrogate? Y'all, let us know down in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and watch this next video, babe, because it gets just as messy.